Hey guys, welcome back to Mary's Vegan Table. Today we're going to make some bacalaitos, fish fritters. We're using jackfruit, of course, and it's going to be gluten-free. So here I have just 1 can of jackfruit that was rinsed. I didn't even soak it. Usually I'll soak it in for a while with a little vinegar. I'm just going to boil it in some water with a couple of sheets of nori. You could put as many sheets as you like depending on how fishy you like things. I don't like things very fishy. So I'm just going to put in a couple of sheets and let this boil for a while. We're not going to get rid of this water. We're going to keep this water because we're going to use it as part of the mixture for the bacalaitos. Let this just boil for a while. I guess once the nori is all broken down, we can start adding this to the flour to start making the fritters. Okay, so here I have a 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour. I'm using the Bob's Red Hill. So that's a 1.5 cups of sifted gluten-free flour. I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. Today I'm going to use these adobos in the Sazon cooking doctor. I'll see if I can find a link for these for you guys because these were gifted to me. So I'll see if I can find the link. Start off with the adobo. That was 2 teaspoons of the adobo. And I'm going to put a teaspoon. I'm just going to put 2 teaspoons. I'll put an even amount of each. Okay, 2 teaspoons of the Sazon. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of fresh cilantro. If you don't have the fresh cilantro, you could use dry cilantro. Okay, and I'm just going to mix this up until we add the water that's boiling with the nori sheets and the jackfruit. So we're gonna just mix this up. We'll put this to the side until the jackfruit is done. Okay, so the jackfruit's come to a boil and the nori has broken down. So I'm just gonna take out the jackfruit and I'm gonna let the nori water cool down before I add it to the flour. So I'm just going to shred the jackfruit and add it to the flour. I just want to wait for water. I haven't done it like this before, so I don't want to pour the hot water into the flour. I'd rather it just cool off. You could definitely smell that nori. So traditionally, bacalaitos is made from bacalao, codfish. And if you were actually using the codfish, you would be boiling the codfish, rinsing it to get all the salt out, because it's salted. But since we don't do that because we're vegan, we're gonna work with the nori and the jackfruit, which I think is going to come out really nice because jackfruit takes on a texture of so many different things. So we're just going to let the water cool. Okay, so we're just going to shred jackfruit here. Okay. Don't worry about the seeds. We could seeds are easily you could smush them down. So just shred these up. Seeds, smush the seeds. See how easy? Just gonna shred this. Now, normally you saw me use the already made Sazon adobo in the Sazon. Usually I make my own. I have a recipe for that in one of my videos. If you're interested in making your own sazon and your own sofrito, I can leave the link to the recipe in the description for you guys if you like. So here we're just shredding this up. And just, like I said, just smush down those little seeds. Easy as that. Seeds even turned a different color from being boiled in that nori. So that's probably holding a lot of flavor to those little seeds. And the core part here, just break that down as well. Okay. Okay, so our jackfruit is all shredded up and it smells like fish. I'm gonna add it to the flour here. So we got that all in there. I'm just gonna mix it up. So this is all nicely mixed. I'm just gonna go check on the water, make sure the water's cooled off enough, and get my sofrito, because we're gonna be adding some sofrito to this also. Okay. So here's the water. And as you can see, we have the nori broke down. Got a few pieces of jackfruit in there, but that's okay. Still a little on the warm side, but not as hot as it was. And I'm going to start adding a cup of water at a time to see how much we're going to actually need. And while I did that, let me add in my sofrito. It's my homemade sofrito. You guys who watch me already know that there is a link to this also. Here I'm going to add 2 teaspoons. I'm going to mix this up. You want this like pancake batter. I can tell you right now we need more. Okay, this seems like about okay. Let's see. The salt and everything is perfect in here. I think that should be okay. Should add a tiny bit. So this right here, this last little tiny bit will make a full 2 cups of water. I'll go heat up the oil. Okay, so here we have some canola oil heating up. It's on medium high. And I just want to check to see. It does look like it's hot enough. Let me just check and see. I'm just going to dip my spoon a little in the batter here. Yeah. So I'm just going to use a little half cup. You could use a spoon. Usually the first batch doesn't always come out the best for some reason. It's always like, you know, at the second and other batches after that that come out really nice. Alright, let's see. Okay, those look pretty. This is like a pancake. I guess like when you see them, like the little bubbles on the top here, you know it's time to turn them over. These you have to eat right away. You can't let them just be sitting around because they become like just soggy after. You want them when they're crispy, when they just come out. I guess you could keep them in the oven, you know, keep them warm and crispy like that. definitely want to make sure it's cooked through. I think the next ones I'm going to make a little thinner. These are kind of thick. I think the next ones I'm going to make thinner. Okay guys, so what I did is I added another half a cup of the nori water to our mixture. So don't throw away that water until you know that you're absolutely done with it. So these are still the first batch that I'm making, the first two. They look really good, they smell really good, but I want them thinner. These are really too thick. I'm just going to take these out. You can see I thinned it. I added the extra half a cup. It's thinner than it was. So I'm just going to use my spoon here instead of the measuring cup. I got this big tablespoon. This is what we want. That's what we want. Well, I gotta tell you, the thicker one is not bad at all either, and the flavor is really nice. I haven't tasted Bacalaitos in so long. That's a nostalgia throwback for real. Wow. These make nice little appetizers, little treats. I'm gonna have the heat on medium high. Still picking on the ones that I said were too thick, but they taste really good. Let's see. I want them thin like this. I want them a little darker, okay? I'll just leave them in a little longer. Jackfruit is an amazing fruit, guys. It tastes on so many different textures. And quite honestly, the thicker ones make a nice little fish cake. Like, you could put it on, have it with some rice and beans, and you'll have a meal. Or a nice salad. Matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start, I'm gonna put fish cakes on the menu also for a nice meal. And it's gluten free. I know the frying part isn't all that healthy. I'll get some match from my air fryer and see if I could, if we could air fry them. And the crunch is amazing. I was having my doubts about using the gluten-free flour. I'm glad I did. Came out really good. I guess if you wanted to save these for later on and didn't want to eat them right away, I suppose you could put them in the oven or air fryer or toaster oven and crisp them back up. I'm pretty sure you could do that. I would do it at 400 degrees because they're thin. So they're going to heat and crisp up right away. See how the edges are nice and crispy? I'll leave them in like that. And you can make these much larger too. It's just the pan is smaller than I usually use. But yeah, you could make these much larger if you like. Okay. I'll make one larger for you so you can see. Okay, well, you can see how they're starting to bubble up in the middle. Just gotta be gentle, you know, with them. Careful. I'm gonna let this fry up for another 5 to 6 minutes. We just want to make sure it's cooked thoroughly inside and it has that nice crispiness all around the edges. I don't think anybody will be able to tell the difference. I don't think anybody will be able to tell that these did not have fish in them. You see everything is nice and crispy around the edges, and you see all the bubbling in the middle. It's pretty much done. Look at that. That is beautiful. Huh? Okay guys, so here they are. Bacalaitos, cod fish fritters, Okay. You hear the crispiness? Yeah. Oh my God. It's delicious. Look at that. Okay guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like it. Please give it a thumbs up. And please do not forget to subscribe, guys. Weekend's coming up real fast, and I hope you have a good one. I love you. Have a great one. Bye.